Less than a week after the tragic events of 9/11, the Families of Freedom Scholarship Fund was established. It has raised millions of dollars to support the post-secondary educational dreams of the children of the victims of those terrorist attacks. And that mission continues today, with college basketball as its stage. 4 prestigious programs will take the court in the inaugural Never Forget Tribute Classic to help support the Families of Freedom Scholarship Fund and ensure that this initiative is something we will never forget.
It is our pleasure to bring you the Never Forget Tribute Classic from downtown Newark, New Jersey. Matchup number 1, undefeated 23rd ranked Notre Dame against undefeated number 1 ranked Villanova. With John Rothstein and New Jersey's own Bill Raftery, I'm Carter Blackburn. Not only these two teams undefeated, you have well-respected head coaches, but a lot of similarities between the two.
Both coaches are relaxed. If you don't take a shot, you're in trouble. Kids love that. So that all boils down to one thing. Who's going to stop the other team? And Mike Ray thinks his team is better defensive than they've been, so we should have a shootout.
So you have 2 undefeateds who are already down to just 8 undefeated teams left in college basketball.
I think by March they'll be hit once or twice. That's the kind of year it's going to be.
So Bill, take us through our AT&T fast analysis of these two potent offenses.
Well, you mentioned the similarities. They both do so many things in terms of their spacing. They widen out because they have great range. All 5 people can hurt you. The ability to play small is something that's a monster factor. Pass, cut, hit the gap and find somebody. You normally can make that shot with regularity. Counter it at the other end. Same idea, the philosophy. You see the empty corner, the ability to ball screen, the understanding of empty that side. They left the ball screen to be placed, the ability to get to the rim. Bonzie Colson, he's their 5-man. He can make threes, he can attack the rim and finish with the best of them.
Notre Dame has won its last 4 games versus the defending national champs. They get another crack today against Villanova.
CBS Sports College basketball coverage is sponsored by Degree Deodorant. It won't let you down. Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by Bud Light. Make the right call. Drink responsibly.
Ladies and gentlemen, as we ask, please turn your attention to center court. As members of the FDNY, NYPD, and the New York, New Jersey Port Authority, as well as members of the Families of Freedom Scholarship Fund, present this afternoon's colors. And now, joining us to sing our national anthem, well, she finished second on American Idol in 2015. Her father was, in fact, a 9/11 first responder. Please give a warm welcome to East Brunswick, New Jersey native Jax.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner wave o'er the land of the free
Familiar foes from the Big East days and the America East days. Mike Brey now in his 17th season as the Notre Dame head coach, and you see the starting five for the Irish and the Wildcats. Vistoria, Beecham, Martinez, Gebben, and Colson, the undersized five-man for Notre Dame, with Hart, Brunson, Bridges, Jenkins, and Reynolds for Villanova. And Jay Wright and Mike Brey, both very supportive when the organizers of this event, the Never Forget Tribute Classic, when the idea was brought together to put this doubleheader together, the organizers told us they wanted a good basketball game for a good cause, and that's exactly what we have with Notre Dame and Villanova.
Carter Blackburn right now. A little minute.
What did Jay Wright say? It's like Babe Ruth at Yankee Stadium, Bill Raftery in downtown Newark.
Well, Jersey's been very good to me. Nice little post defense there. Bonzi is so tough. Cuts well, does so many things, stretches your D. He and Jenkins should be a fun matchup.
So what do you expect out of this one? I mean, the numbers all say that you got two high-scoring teams, and yeah, they're both undefeated. As counted, says Doug Shows, as Gebben draws the foul down low.
I expect just what I just saw, the ability to find people. Farrell with a great look. He can go up and shoot that jump shot or knock it down. And terrific hands at the rim there, and a little nickel timer on Brunson early.
It's usually Gebben who's doing the fouling early. Instead, he draws a foul early, and a 3-0 start for Notre Dame as Martinez Gebbens, the junior from Lithuania.
Mike Brey was saying that big body, though, he can lean on some people. I look to see small ball at some point pull up, and he's been nailing that shot, Brunson.
Colson pulls it for Notre Dame. Farrell brings it up, and Beecham tries at three. Tap out, rebound won by Villanova. Cats on the run. Brunson pushes, Euros his way to the hoop for the lay-in.
10 for 10 on the other point guard. Terrific move.
Beecham down the baseline, play on. Gebben fighting for the rebound underneath, and a loose ball out of bounds off of Villanova. Irish keep it.
The open floor really couldn't get organized on that fast break. You see three overload on the left, but the step through at Illinois. Daddy would be proud of that one.
Off the inbound, Farrell finds Vistoria off the shot fake, the long two.
Well, when Mike Brey starts talking about him, a smile comes to his face. So many good things he does. Stamina, his ability to get to the deck or get to the rim and finish, and we know he can stick the big one.
From Medford, New Jersey, so playing here in downtown Newark, he has his first bucket. Jenkins, tough too, bothered inside. Gebben got a piece of it.
Jace likes to slip him in there. Sprint, open look, Farrell.
Knocks it down to give Notre Dame an early 8-2 start on Villanova. A minute and a half in, and it is all fighting Irish. Notre Dame has brought it to begin against #1 ranked Villanova. 8-2 start for the Irish. As we expected, a hot offensive start.
Talk about Farrell. He's confident, smart, just a tough-minded kid. Jersey, by the way, Point Pleasant way. And what a fine recruit. And him staying at school was key, I think. His growth.
Thought about transferring, then had the huge NCAA tournament last year on the way to their Elite Eight. Back-to-back Elite Eights from Notre Dame. No other program in the country can claim that. And Farrell has emerged his junior year. Out of the timeout. Layup for Josh Hart.
He owns that middle. Gebben over a little bit late. Good pressure here in the backcourt. Bridges, great long hands.
Colson pulls the trigger. Another fight for the loose ball. It's out of bounds off of Jenkins as he and Bridges were there in the corner together. So back to Notre Dame.
What they do out of timeout, Jay, is extend the floor, change the look. You saw that full court Bridges with tremendous length. His ability to deflect. Using the post rubs on the wing, little curl. Nice help. Automatic switch. Villanova unafraid to play small guys on big guys. Here's a double. Spin out walk.
Gebben travels with it, so back to Villanova. So we talk so much about the offense with Notre Dame and Villanova, but I mean, who's more equipped to defend those offenses?
That's the key, I think, to the basketball game. Can you stop the other guy? They're mirror images. They're used to it in practice. But step and look at this little slip to the goal late. No cover in the back. And right now, pretty good timeout established. And once again, you score, you can get up and guard.
Hart finds Reynolds. That's 4 straight out of the timeout for Nova.
Sort of a 2-2-1. with Brunson in the back. He's got Gavin now. They exchange finally. They do not care about the size of the guy they're guarding. It's all about switching and pressure on the ball. Dribble handoff.
Astoria back to the corner for Farrell. Second made three for Matt Farrell from Bridgewater, New Jersey. Somerset County.
Unabashed coming home. Some kids would be a little nervous off their game. Not this kid. Some toughness in that body. You're going to see a lot of ball screens. How do we defend them is the key for Mike Bray. You cannot do it the same way each trip. Just show. You may have to trap, may have to switch.
Jenkins off the bounce, down the baseline with 9 to shoot. Bridges throws it in reverse, can't finish. Fighting for the loose ball.
I think it might be Farrell.
It is Farrell with the foul, spotted by Roger Ayers, his first.
Both clubs are good team rebounders. You can see nice spin, the ability to use that rim. That's some length.
Notre Dame best start under Mike Bray, best for Notre Dame since '74. Bill, do you remember who was coaching the...
I'm not so sure, but we don't say it, I'll get a phone call.
Digger Phelps, that was the year they beat UCLA, snapping the 88-game win streak. Mike Bray, by the way, 29 wins away.
I read about that. I was in grade school. Digger will tell you about that UCLA win if you give him a moment.
I'm not going to tell you where I was.
They do that brush screen there. We've been talking about, look at this Reynolds at the rim. Most guys who go up with it, not him. Kick around the horn, and a good look.
And then going for the third chance, Reynolds commits the foul going over the back. So one tap out works, and then he picks up his first personal on the second attempt.
You used to dress like this, by the way, when I first met you at Syracuse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then I had to return it before midnight.
Well, two guys that respect one another, great friends. Spend a lot in the summertime together recruiting because they look for similar kids. Look at this guy.
Farrell, hot start for the New Jersey native in downtown Newark. A 13-6 edge for Notre Dame.
Well, hits that pull-up for threes as well. It's not just the pull-up 15-footer.
8 points. He has the last 8 for Notre Dame.
Ball screen empty side, yo-yo, high-low. Nice and loose. No plays called from the sideline. Nice look. Hit the rim, unfortunately.
Trying the lob for Reynolds. So Notre Dame in transition. Astoria pulls up. Saw the charge come and decided to drop it.
Right. And that's the one thing about him. When you look at him on tape, you don't realize how quick he is. He can get those puppies up and down.
It was an 8-2 start for Notre Dame, and now 7 straight for the Irish. Hard cutoff on the baseline. So
the story doing a nice job on Jenkins early.
Hart pull up. Beacham's hand in his face. Back into the hands of Hart for a 3. On the second look, Josh Hart nails a triple to end the Notre Dame run.
Most teams, the guy had missed that one would hold on. Doesn't even look over the sideline. Nails it.
You got the impression in talking to these coaches, they miss seeing each other.
Yeah, they do.
The Big East days,
sure,
the America East days.
2 games a year, plus the tournament. Some great rivalries.
Villanova still in the Big East. Notre Dame now playing in the ACC.
Well, Devon's getting a nice pass to get the open look.
Astoria can't knock it down. A rebound for Jenkins and a chance for Villanova to run. Hard in transition. Farrell has the rebound.
You got to match up and identify the open floor. They dribble and hand off well. And Devon, he wants the little nice pass.
Finds Colson cutting to the hoop. Good look from Farrell.
Good teams dive well, read, dribble, drive, and both of these teams are exquisite. And when they're stuck cutting and getting to the right spot. Nice look. And again, the head. You got to see the ball and man, nice slip.
Hart finishes off the look from Brunson for Villanova, who has won 15 straight. Back to last year's NCAA tournament run. The program record is 16 straight wins.
What a great run they had last year. Beautiful. Sensational finish, obviously, in the championship game.
7 to shoot for Farrell. Off the screen. Tries to dump it off. Gebben was held. Somebody got away with one down there.
Well, quick hands. Downtown Newark. He can get away with it. How about this kid? confident, great stroke, a little nylon jump shot, whatever you happen to need. Finds people, nice, easy finish.
Hot start for 9-0 Notre Dame against Villanova. Game 1 of the Never Forget Tribute Classic presented by Geico. Time to check in with John Rothstein.
All right, Carter, well, some injury news right now from Villanova. Phil Booth not playing again today due to a knee injury. This has been lingering for a couple of weeks. Jay Wright said he's a few weeks away from returning to action, so the Cats shorthanded against Notre Dame's depth. Carter?
Booth, who had the career-high 20 points in the championship game. You got Notre Dame, Villanova, Game 1, and then John Pete Gillen and I will bring you Game 2 between Pitt and Penn State. Pete, who was an assistant at both Notre Dame and Villanova.
Proves he can't keep a job, basically, you know. I think he's on the truck trying to be a producer today.
That's exactly
what
right.
I'm told. So anything good, Pete, feed it to me. I could use the help. DiVincenzo running the point now. Runs a little blow. As Mike Gray mentioned, they're not a deep team, Villanova, whereas he feels he can go 9.
Beecham off the curl, tough rebound for Pascal.
Pascal can really go and play that 5 spot.
Jenkins quick trigger. Pascal bats it out. A volleyball rebound for Pascal.
Both teams are great team rebounders. Everybody contributes. DiVincenzo, an athletic kid. Don't let him fool you. Shooting with confidence of late.
Hart trying to back in on Pfluger.
Good defender, Pfluger. Tough shot.
Boy, forced him into a tough one, didn't he?
They sure did, but nobody came available.
Back into the hands of Farrell, who has made or assisted on 6 of Notre Dame's 7 field goals.
Everybody's a threat on the catch. You got to be up and hug your guy. They'll go cross court over the nice drive.
Colson around the defender. Jenkins at the rim.
Now this is when they're playing small now. This is when it's fun. YMCA. Everybody gets a touch, can spread you around.
All interchangeable too, right?
Very much so. Mobile. Threats off the bounce. Automatic switch, a little bit like Villanova.
7 to shoot, Hart on the wing. Finds a slipping Pascal
Nice
around
adjustment.
Colson.
How about the adjustment at the rim, too? Little slip, open middle. Puts a lot of pressure on you defensively. No big guy logging in the center. Little Marcus play, cross screen, down screen. Astoria threat with the bounce, too, and he knew he could take Pascal.
So Pascal bumps, and it's a 6-point edge for Notre Dame. They led by as many as 9. So Villanova coming back in Newark. November 27, Jay Wright and the Villanova team and staff spent time with some Families of Freedom Scholarship recipients before, during, and after practice. And the goal of the Families of Freedom Scholarship Fund is to continue offering assistance through 2030. The goal is more than $100 million to affected family members.
You know, we mentioned the similarities of these schools. God, you've got some work to do.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick, who brought us on the air today, and we thank you for Matthew's contributions in support of the Never Forget Tribute Classic here in Newark.
Well, they both have great business schools, and so many of their youngsters suffered through those days, and it's very close to both programs. And these two guys, there's more to them than just good-looking suits. They understand. They get it, as my old pal Chuck Daly used to say.
And how about Jay pointing out the number 798 as Vistoria misses out of the inbound?
Well, 798, Boli Massimino, 2 for 800 at Kaiser. He's still ticking, folks. Hopefully Hall of Fame at the end of this year. He certainly deserves it. So proud of what Jay's been able to do here with the Cats.
A championship for Massimino in '85 in upset fashion, and then the Cats got their second one last year with a dramatic win. Jenkins had the big one in that one, and he nails the deep 3 here to cut it down to 3 after the Irish led by 9.
Now, scouting report is saying don't bite on the pump fake. Next time he'll pump and try and get under you or go to the rim. And tough out.
2 of the 8 remaining undefeated teams in college basketball.
Mike Gray said with these subs now, they're better defensively.
Pfluger pulls the trigger with Jenkins on him, and straight away deep three for Rex Pfluger.
Take that one. Rex gives a look at him, huh?
9th made 3 of the year. He's now shooting better than 50%. And it looks like Farrell comes up a little bit late near midcourt. So Roger Ayers calls for an official timeout to get him to the bench.
Look at this step back here. The automatic switch here. The hand gets up, but a little tardy on it. Wow, that is deep in. Nylon, number 0. Little triangle set here. They like to screen the top guy.
Jenkins on the baseline. It's blocked by Beecham.
How about that? Didn't bite, stayed at home.
So Vistoria off the bounce, turns it over. Back into the hands of Hart.
Good hands.
Up ahead to Pascal in the corner.
They are catch and shot ready.
So Brunson resets on the good screen from Pascal. Loose ball. It was touched by Notre Dame. No, I guess it wasn't touched.
No, he should have known.
Backcourt.
Well, it is backcourt. Even if Notre Dame touched it, he's the first to touch it. Touches him, touched Notre Dame, touched him, then went backcourt.
Get the CBS Sports app for inside access to Notre Dame, Kaiser, Villanova, or your favorite team. From signing day to game day, you'll get instant coverage of every moment from every angle. Download the CBS Sports app today.
Pascal should have stayed on this side of the timeline.
Let's check in with John.
All right, guys, well, I just talked to Notre Dame's trainer. Matt Farrell rolled his ankle. He's just walking it off right now. Should be fine, standing, acting okay right now on the bench.
Well, and that's a big boost for Notre Dame because he has been solid. 8 points, 4 assists for the New Jersey native.
Right, exactly. John knows how tough this kid is, too. He's going to come back. He's got too many people here. Plus, he is a gamer. Using the bumps on the side, something Mike said they're doing a better job. Pinning people for curls.
Beecham D'd up by Briggs. Somehow gets it out of there to Colson. Kick out Gibbs for 3. Another New Jersey native, TJ Gibbs.
How about that? Welcome home. Pretty good family, huh? The lineage there.
Seton Hall prep. Ashton played at Pitt, and Sterling played just about everywhere.
Yeah, he made a few. He started down your way, didn't he, in Texas?
Yeah. And then Seton Hall, your way. And then on up to Connecticut.
Correct.
9-point lead again for Notre Dame. Largest of the game for the Irish. Triple on the wing won't go from DiVincenzo.
Nice rebound. Bridges can really move.
So hard attacks off the window.
Here's a guy that does take it on. Whatever they need, he steps up. If it's scoring, finding people, or just quiet leadership. Bonzi's got his post up. He's got great moves here. He's got hooks, turnaround jump shots.
Backing in on Reynolds. Reynolds makes it tough. Colson hustles for the second chance. Kick out Beecham. Rebound pulled down by Hart.
Nice help. And then there's stand up big so you can't get that entry to the low box.
Brunson will reset just ahead of the under 8 timeout.
And Brunson hasn't been able to get in the lane where he manufactures points for himself or others like this particular play.
Caught off on the baseline. Brunson loses it. Play on. Into the hands of Gavin in Notre Dame. Gibbs pushes. Pfluger on the shot. Finds Gavin, who got it all started.
I don't know if that was for Gavin or Beecham. He just took advantage. I don't blame him.
Well, the big man with the big hands from Lithuania. Back up by 9.
Well, they look sharp, don't they? Indeed. This end particularly, Mike's saying they spent a lot of time. It shows its rewards here.
This was going to be by far the toughest test for Notre Dame, and they have been up to the challenge. That's a tie-up.
A little too deep. Excellent moving of the legs. The ability defensively. The Irish. Mike Bray does clinics on offense. He'll get some calls on the D.
Monday on CBS, Deck the Halls in Don't Miss, the holiday episode of TV's #1 new comedy, Kevin Can Wait. It's all new, Monday, 8, 7 Central, only CBS.
You got it, kid. How about the ability to shoot threes and then counter it defensively? Some wide open looks early. Farrell on fire. Pfluger with that little late in the shot clock delivery. And why not? Everybody jumping in. Local guy able to knock down as well. And Gibbs, and you take a look at all these numbers, and the one thing verbally that came out, don't let Villanova get more than 10 threes. They're running them off that three-point line, and that's exactly what he wanted. They're going to have to counter with some low post stuff. And one of the things that Villanova does beautifully is they've been starting to run Jenkins directly into the low box area. Here to get an open look on. He out of bounds. That's not good D.
Second chance, another one for Villanova. Only 2 made threes in the game, and there's a tough foul from Matt Ryan on Brunson.
Not a good one. Wait till we see that kid touch the ball, huh? He has some stroke at the other end, but you're right. Value those possessions. Second opportunities at this level are something special. Little nickel dimer.
Maybe a quarter.
Barely.
9 points is the most that Villanova has trailed to anyone all season. They were down 4 to Purdue, and Notre Dame has led 3 times by 9. Bridges cuts it back to 7.
How about the blow by? Going left, he has developed an extraordinary game. Big upside on this kid, getting better and better. And that's one thing Jay Wright told us, that a lot of his guys are getting better, and he feels their team can get a lot better.
Farrell back in the game off the screen from Colson.
Nice take advantage. Colson in the box with Brunson.
Colson draws 2 defenders, knocked away by Reynolds. DiVincenzo pushes ahead. Brunson attacks, takes the bump from Farrell. Tough rebound inside. Bridges.
No, I think let's see. Is it Reynolds in there? I think it's Reynolds.
It is.
Yeah.
And then the kick out. Brunson misses the 3. Colson pulls it.
Toe to toe here. A wide open alley. Farrell takes it. Oh, he should have shot it.
Instead, work it back around. Beecham. DiVincenzo. Bridges pulls it up.
Well, the ability to use the bounce as well as the catch and shoot. Oh, look at Jenkins, a little wide body. Couldn't finish. Numbers now. 5 on 4. Watch Ryan in the open floor.
Farrell bounces it down low. Throwing it in reverse on the baseline. Beecham back to the 9-point edge again for the Irish.
Boy, smart, taking advantage of numbers.
Brunson slowly brings it up. Villanova was tested on Tuesday at the Palestra by LaSalle. A 10-point win. That Big 5 matchup.
Nice little blow by here. Going left. Got to force him the other way. Yeah, LaSalle played great. Jones kids at the Palestra, too. Not a bad place to have a little showtime.
You know something about the Explorers?
Yeah, a little bit. A lot of fun during my days there. Nice little goal. This kid can really get to the rim. He hesitates and then steps it up just at deceptive speed as he puts it on the deck.
10 in the game now for Bridgewater, New Jersey guy, Matt Farrell. Bobby Hurley talked Mike Bray into taking Matt Farrell at Notre Dame.
He said he put the phone right down after. He said, we got to get him. Bobby Hurley said he's a lot like me. Nice extra pass.
DiVincenzo in the corner. Another missed opportunity from 3. It's now 2 for 9 from 3-point for Villanova. They're shooting 40% coming in.
Just don't forget Ryan here. They go over the top and take advantage as well as anybody. Look at this kid right to the rim. Quick, putting on the deck. Little kiss with the baby hook. Astoria.
Medford, New Jersey, Burlington County. And it's a double-digit lead for Notre Dame on the #1 ranked team in the country. Villanova trails by 11 in Newark. Villanova only 2 for 9 from 3-point. They average 10 made threes a game. Now, Bill Raftery, this is the kind of analysis Bill brings right before tip-off. He said, you know, if you don't make shots, it's tough to score and tough to win basketball. Right. Brilliant.
Yeah, you're a lot like Matt Farrell, you know. He's smart and tough. Well, you may not be tough. I know you're smart. You know, all these counties, I'm really impressed, but he's been able to unload early, playing a lot of confidence, finding his teammates, extraordinary leadership, roll the ankle. You wouldn't know the difference here on the blow-by. He actually passed up one earlier and tried to get a teammate a jumper in the corner, but they are ready to go. And right now, Villanova's struggling. Excellent defense on the Irish end, not getting threes and not making shots when they get them because of that real extra effort on the defensive end by the Irish.
All right, so for the Cats, who average 81 points per game, they're at 22 right now. What is Jay Wright telling his team to get it rolling in the Nova huddle.
He runs the same things. He's not going to run a different kind of a play. He might go inside a little bit more. They slip Jenkins in here. Was that Pascal? Yeah, Pascal on the timeout. No offense. You're not as heavy. Chris Jenkins, I used to tease him. He has lost all that weight. He can play a lot of minutes now.
He shared the nickname.
Yeah. I used to say he was chunky, chubby.
Farrell off the screen.
Look at this look.
Yeah, Colson left alone.
Do you see how hard he worked to get there? Looked up, looked down, finally made that little thready bounce pass. And you just can't cover enough if you don't have that kind of pressure on the ball.
As many times as you see it listed 6'5", it's still hard to believe. I mean, 6'5", playing the 5 well.
Absolutely. Undersized teams. Well, that's what they got to do. That's their game. Hart is the guy usually that steps up when something's needed.
Third made 3 of the game for Villanova.
Really not able to get anything out of their defense with runouts.
So Colson on the wing, nearly picked by Hart.
Yeah, they do. Look at this kid get by people.
But he misses with the right. Got the bounce with the left, missed the shot with the right.
Thought he could use the glass a little bit.
Brunson bumped by Farrell on the baseline. That is his second. Wednesday on Survivor, it's the final battle in the culture war clash. 3 millennials versus 3 Gen X. Which generation will deliver the sole survivor? Don't miss the season finale, followed by the live reunion show Wednesday, 8/7 Central, only CBS.
You fit into that category. I'm sure you do.
I wasn't going to bring up which generation either of us was in.
Well, some people thought you were my grandson a couple years ago.
Because you started introducing me like that. And how about Pascal?
I mean, he plays bigger than he is. The wide body, at least 240, 245.
Pascal has 4 points since the last timeout to whittle the lead down to 6.
Now Gibbs got to run the show, much like Farrell getting a blow now. Hart, Steve Pistoria. This is a great matchup, I think.
Pistoria off the bounce, gets to the rim and draws a foul on Josh Hart.
Did he widen them out far enough? Gets the small change, but the ability just to lob from the baseline. This is one of those you can't let it happen, but better execution. Send it in, big fella. And Pistoria, who has been able to get to that rim, wasn't able to finish, but gets to the free throw line. Extremely effective.
Pistoria from St. Joseph's Prep, and Jay Wright has a very strong memory of
watching him
against Newman Goretti.
City Championship. Newton, who ended up at Miami, made a play at the end, he was saying. Jaquan Newton, Jay St. Geez, maybe I made a mistake. They feel they do recruit the same type of kids, same mentality. Kids are going to last 4 years.
Oh, and hey, by the way, Mike Bray had a point that he made to everyone yesterday about seniors who stay at the school and get better, like Steve Pistoria, and how both of these programs have done that.
Very much so. They hang in, learn the culture, learn how to play, and yet they do turn out some kids who end up in the NBA. Hart taking over a little pinch post drive.
Fouls on Pfluger. First on Pfluger, 5 team fouls against Notre Dame, so Hart goes to the line. The senior from Silver Spring, Maryland.
Great story, this kid. Sid Will friends, made himself into an excellent student. Just kept growing as a basketball player.
This week, Colbert's all new with Mark Wahlberg, James Franco, Neil Patrick Harris, and Monday, don't miss John Goodman. All new Colbert this week on CBS.
You know, I notice you get offended when I'm talking about these fine institutions. I'm not talking about the Harvard of Western New York.
Oh, or Central New York,
Central?
CNY. Yeah, I know. It's the first time you've ever worked with a play-by-play guy from Syracuse. It's so rare.
That's McDonough's favorite line.
Hart rolls it in.
And there's a little pressure. We try and shake him up. This team is well-schooled, Notre Dame. They're not going to rush into anything unless they get a good look.
Gibbs will reset. Farrell on the bench with 2 personals.
Tough match for Jenkins right here. Automatic switch.
Colson backs in. Kick to the corner. Gibbs. Long rebound. Pascal hauls it down. DiVincenzo in traffic. Needs help. Throws it right to Pistoria. So the Irish bring it back. Pistoria steps, swatted away by Jenkins.
Look at this.
Another loose ball won by the Irish, and then the foul committed by Pascal.
How about this effort? Love it. Bad judgment. DiVincenzo trying to do something positive, and a great step in experience. Look at this step through, and what hustle. Just incredible effort. Amazing at the rim, and then getting down and dirty.
An all-out fight for it between undefeated Notre Dame and undefeated Villanova.
Nothing easy at that rim, is it? Woo. Swooping in big time.
Notre Dame, your biggest wins of the year, Northwestern, Iowa, Colorado. A whole different level against the defending national champs, #1 team, Villanova.
Villanova, Purdue, when you think of it, Wake, St. Joe, LaSalle, when you're talking about wins. Nice denial. Don't come up with it, though.
Knocked away by Jenkins. Vistoria. Tap out. Into the hands of Gibbs. With a fresh shot clock, no. Waste, get it down to Colson. Can't hit the stick back, and now Hart pulls it.
Well, then Colson get up big time.
Hart attacks. Goes 1-on-4. Count the bucket, and the foul.
This kid has some big-time ticker. Puts his team on his shoulders. The push up the floor, the challenge at the rim. Watch this crossover now. Undeterred. And he let him have carte blanche. Don't want to foul, but such an aggressive mentality. Love his leadership qualities.
Villanova has made its last 4 shots, whittling the lead down to 4, and Hart has a chance to cut it to 3.
Yeah, Farrell back on the floor for that reason, too. Get them reorganized on the offensive end. Well, they are contested at the rim, aren't they?
Hart finishes off a big 3-point play. Less than a minute to go, and you got a 3-point game. From 11 down, #1 Nova has cut it to 3 just before the break. Coming up on AT&T at the half, Adam Zucker, Seth Davis updates you on what's going on today in college basketball. And Seth will tell you about what he's learned so far this young season. Coming up on AT&T at the half. He's Commissioner Val Ackerman among the many notables in the building today.
Stu Jackson, they're checking on scores. Stu Jackson looking. They feel it's a big day in the Big East. And Val dies with scores. What's going on? Can't do much about it. Just sit there and agonize. Little X-play off the high post pin downs. Off the timeout.
Farrell back into the game with 2 personals, trying to give Notre Dame a spark.
Which is where to go, too. Well, he is something around that rim.
Vistoria off the look from Colson. That's just the 2nd made bucket for Notre Dame since they had the 11-point lead. They were 1 for their next 7.
As both clubs do, the cut made that play. Right to the gut there on the foul line. Last shot time.
Not much difference between shot and game clock, so DiVincenzo sets it up for Nova.
Well, you like to keep him out of the lane because it's a catch-and-shoot situation. If you don't get to the rim, you can hit the corner.
Hart off the curl around
That's
Pfluger.
what he does
On the
great.
stop, left it short, but got the foul on Colson with 4.4 left in the half.
Boy, I thought the play was over. And this is what they do best, he and Brunson. Watch him establish the pivot foot now. It's the right foot now. Come on, excuse me, the left foot, and then you turn around, spin, and you know what he did? Hit him. Pull the string a little bit. The right call.
Well, Villanova can pull amazing things off with less than 5 seconds in the game.
Not the length of the floor, though, right?
So down by 11, and Hart has led the comeback charge. They have made their last 4 from the floor, and Hart has the last 6 Villanova points to lead the charge. 18 in the first half.
You know they're going to extend the floor, so you, Notre Dame, have to be intelligent about what you're going to do here. And no gambles. Don't turn it over. Give them another opportunity.
Back to a 3-point game. Farrell brings it up.
Look at this kid.
Farrell, blow by, and count it. Score the bucket for Farrell
And
just before the half.
And Bridges really beaten at the half-court line, set it up. Everybody hugging their own guy, not paying attention to detail. Nobody collapsed and help. Now look at this little head and shoulder. He's got some speed, some moxie, and the ability to lead his club. What a half for the Jersey product, Matt Farrell. Oh, and nobody at home underneath.
John is with Mike Bray.
Prints are all over this first half. What about playing in the Garden State brings out the best in your point guard?
I'll tell you, he loves coming back to New York or New Jersey and playing. He has set the tone for us. I love that we got off to a good start. We needed to because this is a road game.
You told me yesterday that taking away Villanova's ability to shoot the three was huge. How do you assess how you did in that area?
Yeah, I think we've done a pretty good job there. We lost a couple guys, but we're going to have to be even better in the second half because they're going to wake up.
Good luck in the second half.
Thanks, Sean.
Carter?
It is Notre Dame by 5 at the break. Now we send you back to Adam Zucker in New York.
CBS Sports College basketball coverage is sponsored by DirecTV. If you call yourself a sports fan, you gotta get DirecTV. PayPal, a better way to pay is here. PayPal is new money. And by the Microsoft Cloud, empowering business.
Welcome again to the Never Forget Tribute Classic presented by Geico. Game 1 from downtown Newark with Penn State versus Pitt to follow. Let's take a look at our first half stats brought to you by Coca-Cola. A lot of assists, 11 for Notre Dame, 7 for Villanova. So Carter Blackburn, Bill Raftery, John Rothstein here in downtown Newark. It was Notre Dame in control, and then Josh Hart leads the comeback for Nova.
He did a great job. I'm so impressed with Notre Dame's defense. Not giving Villanova opportunities at three-point and not converting them. But you're right, Josh Hart just puts this team on his shoulder. His ability to attack the rim. But Farrell was pretty darn good, too. Don't you think?
It was a noon Eastern start, so why not an eye-opener with Bill Raftery?
Don't look at me when you say that word, but the dive to the rim sets up that Farrell assist. His hesitation, blow-by, his ability to score with either hand is what jumps out at you. Great talent, point guard, understanding how to get people involved. Then you counter with Josh Hart, able to that three, this little crossover, vintage Hart as he just attacks it. Late in the half had that little turnaround jumper, a chance to get 2 free throws, but giving up that big basket at the end. Tough.
Let's check in with John. Just spoke to Jay Wright.
All right, Carter. Well, Jay Wright just told me in order for Villanova to slow down Matt Farrell in the second half, it has to be a group effort. He's okay with what they've done offensively. He thinks they've gotten good shots. But if they are going to slow down Notre Dame's point guard, it won't be one man. It will be as a team. Carter?
And how about Farrell through the rolled ankle, through 2 fouls, back out on the floor, and he made his presence felt all the way to the end of that first half.
Well, when you're raised in Jersey, there's a certain toughness about you. Just an air, you're chippy, you're able to take a hit. But he has just been magnificent in making plays. And the story, too, they're just chatting together in the backcourt. His ability with the dribble as well as complements his outside shot, sets it up for him. And Mike, with the growth this year, have you noticed?
Yeah,
Ready for Hollywood. Now this guy's a keeper. What a job he's done with Notre Dame year in and year out. They play with such confidence. There's a looseness and there's a growth as they get into that program under him.
The native of Bethesda, Maryland, started his coaching career at DeMatha with Morgan Wooten, and then the longtime assistant to Mike Krzyzewski. And then it was on to Delaware, and those America East days. Bray at Delaware and Jay Wright and Hofstra, they squared off. This one has the feeling of one that's going to go down to the end.
They'll be competitive, no question about that. Using the post rubs now, something Mike mentioned earlier to us in our pregame meeting.
Beecham back into the hands of Astoria.
Colson's a guy that can really get them going too. When they need something, he makes decisions.
They run it. Farrell on his first touch.
Out of bounds.
Yeah, it was. Beecham caught it. So that's a turnover for Notre Dame. Give it back to Villanova. How about that 2000 America East Championship? And an even younger looking Jay Wright. That's not a handshake. That's a hug for the America East Championship, won by Jay Wright and Hofstra.
They both dressed well in those days, too. Drag dribble.
Into the corner. Air ball on the 3 from Bridges. That turnover by Notre Dame, last possession, just the 3rd of the game.
Quick check. He's got confidence, and you don't look at the bench for either team when you take a nice cross here again.
Brunson looked like it's blocked from behind by Colson. So Farrell pushing ahead into the corner, Astoria.
That's why you got to get back and identify. They bang you early with confidence. Beautiful looking stroke with the extra pass.
5 made threes in the game for Notre Dame. They average 11 on the year. Bridges crossing over and paint around Colson.
A little lingerie on the deck. He takes great strides as he pushes that ball. Effortless attempt.
Always a nice gift.
Little rub looking for the lob.
Into the high post, Colson, man, he lost it out of bounds. It is off Colson, so that's 2 turnovers already this half by the Irish.
Then that was Hart that caused that problem. This is the extra look, the quick kick, and the ability to get some nylon. As so many of their performers can drill it.
Notre Dame only 8 turnovers a game, best in the nation. And yet with all the numbers for the Irish, you say, well, this is a different level of competition, but only 4 so far in this one. Jenkins, who had only 1 made shot in the first half. Off the corner.
Pretty.
Reynolds finishes it off, and a foul on Kevin.
And how about Jenkins being the point forward from out deep? You know he can make shots, so you got to get up on him. The ability to make that entry pass, pretty special. And just clever at the rim, just to move a little bit. Reynolds just hangs around, bangs that baby home.
What a look. Reynolds finishes it all. Part of the senior class that is now 106 and 13 for Villanova. Almost 90%.
How about that? What a run they have had. The only thing I worry about the program, Jay's starting to wear the same suits. Things aren't going that well for him. I mean, they always look good, but there's some repetition.
Talked to a Nova family earlier today who had the over-under on the suit mentions from Bill.
That was one.
Farrell off the screen. He attacks. Kick to the corner. Vistoria with a board for Bridges.
Pretty good collective defense that trip.
DiVincenzo resets. I don't know if they can go back-to-back as national champion. Be the first in a decade. Florida the last to do so.
Oop, bunch of steps. Nice
Jenkins taken away by Colson. Irish on the run. Beach him back to Colson. Poked away by Bridges.
Well, you've got some hands.
Bridges to DiVincenzo on the baseline. Nova gives it right back. Farrell saves it. It is inbounds. Reynolds.
He's trying to get the timeout.
Yep, tie up.
Yeah, get the tie up though.
Reynolds was trying to get the timeout call, but possession's going to bring it back.
This is great effort. You think this means something? Look at this effort by Farrell just to keep it alive. And unfortunately, Reynolds in the back. Look at the eyes. Couldn't get himself up. Boy, he has been banged around Farrell early.
Already more turnovers this half for Notre Dame than they had in the first. 2 turnovers in the first 20 minutes. 3 turnovers in the first 3 minutes plus of the second half.
Backup point responsibilities now. DiVincenzo, no Booth. Once again, the ability to find that slip guy.
Reynolds can't finish at the rim. Pfluger pulls it, runs the Irish.
You notice how far you have to go out and guard your guy, which is why Colson's so tough in the box area.
Pfluger looking to the post for Gavin.
Nice cut.
And then he takes it from Gavin.
Nice give and go. You turn your head. These kids really read it beautifully. And Gavin with the assist. Colson getting a blow right now, so Gavin, the igniter there.
Hart, who led the Villanova comeback in the first half after Notre Dame took the 11-point lead. Hart scored 10 in the last 4.5 for the Cats.
But they really used the floor, both of these clubs.
Bridges has to give it up. 6 to shoot. DiVincenzo takes it. And a long rebound. Bridges knocks it out into the hands of DiVincenzo.
He came a long way. The story on Jenkins, he wasn't able to get many touches. Excellent defender. They switch it. Now maybe nice go. Anticipated the cut.
Missed the back cut, so it's Notre Dame still by 6.
Pretty solid basketball. But the big fella with the sleight of hand, Pfluger, the ability to finish at that rim. Pretty.
Tomorrow, as the playoff races shape up, the NFL on CBS brings you Steelers and Bills, Broncos, Titans, or the Jets and Niners. It all starts with JB, Tony, Bart, Coach, and Boomer on the NFL Today, presented by Southwest Airlines. What a fun time of year. You got good basketball matchups. I like Seth talking about how, hey, maybe folks should pay more attention to these matchups in November and December, because you got some really good ones, including 2 of the 8 remaining undefeateds here.
And so meaningful, too, come the end of the year by that shot at JB. You know, he was a heck of a player, JB, at Harvard. We actually played against him. High school All-American into a 2-3 zone now. You got to stretch him with your ability to shoot. See if they can get something inside, too, because of the stretch.
7 to shoot here. Farrell off the screen, finds Pfluger. Shot fakes Jenkins, dumps it off. Gavin can't finish on the first chance.
Got to finish that. What a nice drop off. Driving the zone into the gap.
Gavin gives Notre Dame a second chance. Farrell takes advantage.
You see him peek over his shoulder, too. Just see if the defender was there. Use that wide body just to get a little space.
First points of the second half for Farrell. See the not so good numbers for Villanova. 2 field goals, 3 turnovers this half.
Nice hands, so you can't have vision. Nice hesitation here.
DiVincenzo backing in on Farrell. Gavin cuts him off. Reynolds off the shot fake with 4 to shoot. Kick out.
That's that pump fake. Oh, you got to shoot it. Jenkins has the awareness. Unselfish, but got to drill it.
Jenkins just 1 for 5 in this game.
I mean, he does that pump fake as well as anybody in the country. A little bit too unselfish at that point. They need him. No question about it. He is some luxury out deep.
Villanova's second leading scorer, averaging 14 points per game, has only 3. Hasn't scored in the second half. The 4th Villanova turnover in the last 3+.
Nice loosey-goosey. Change sides, keep moving. Down to 10. Same play they ran for Farrell.
Beecham pulls up. Long 2.
Oh, Gavin with a rebound. What a play.
And then he knocks it off and Reynolds out of bounds.
What a heady play. Polson getting plenty of rest because this kid has stepped up large. A big wide body able to create some space, and what a heads-up play.
That's offensive rebounds on the last 2 possessions for Gavin and Notre Dame. Farrell finished the last one off. Farrell loses this one. Another turnover for Notre Dame. So here's Jenkins, misses the look, but draws the foul, showing
a little effort with that dribble. Now he's a little quicker than he was last year. Can be explosive. Yeah, the Irish trying to exploit that high ball screen. That time Villanova adjusted beautifully.
Gevins picks up his second foul, and that's pretty deep into the game for Gevins to get his second.
Well, they got their main guy coming in for him right now.
Here comes Colson as Jenkins hits the free throw. So Notre Dame has a solid tradition of knocking off the #1 team in the country. The most wins versus AP #1 all time, Notre Dame has 8.
And you got to think Maryland and Duke and Carolina had exchanged those breaks in the ACC in their heydays.
And Notre Dame has won 4 straight games when playing the defending national champ. Duke twice last year, Kentucky 2012, and then UConn the season following their 2011 title.
Geez, you had a lot of time off this week.
Sure, absolutely. I was a little busy flying around.
Once again, a little 2-3 look. This guy is such a catalyst. Colson makes decisions, spry, cuts to open spots.
Farrell pulls up from the baseline.
Can't leave him. Can't leave him.
Nobody open to pass it to, so why not take it yourself over Reynolds?
Well, Reynolds afraid to come out from that 2-3 spot in the middle.
Bridges brings it up for Villanova.
Farrell's just been magnificent. He's one of their favorite plays, screen and then get a rescreen on top. Mismatch.
Hart bumped inside, so he'll earn a trip to the line, and the foul is on Farrell. That's his 3rd.
Well, good read by Villanova, though, understanding the difference in the low box area, but just giving himself enough space here with Reynolds. Knows he drove the middle of that zone and did not adjust.
Hart came off the bench one game versus Penn. He missed a weightlifting session, so Jenkins didn't start against Charleston. He missed the class, so.
Jay's quite the disciplinarian.
Right.
Is that what you're saying?
I was going to say, I mean, as we talk per Mike Bray's instructions about these two programs and building seniors and building leaders. I mean, even the senior guys on the national championship team, number one, you miss one seemingly small thing, you don't get the start.
And it's accepted and understood. Once again, straight up man. Ryan hasn't been able to get any space. You know, they've scouted him. So many good shooters on the perimeter.
Back into the hands of Ryan. Taken away by Hart on the post. Josh Hart pushes, crosses over. Counted. And the foul.
Wow, that's some continuation play. It used to be the home of the Nets. Big for any team, but Villanova specializes in the ability to turn one end to the other with denial. Poor entry. You just see the angle wasn't good by Ryan on the post pass, but the ability to put it on the deck and be strong at the rim. You gotta have a little heart.
He led the comeback in the first half when they found themselves down 11. Hart then scored 10 points. And now in the second half, Hart finishes off the three-point play to cut it back to 4.
And as Mike Bray alluded to, a pretty good house for Villanova here. Fans coming alive. This will use clock until they get a good one. Ball screen slip. Hart, Polson. Great matchup.
Polson, contested from 18, and he knocks it down.
Just shake your head. He is a load. Multi-positional.
Notre Dame has had the response when number 1 Villanova has pushed into the lead. Pascal in the paint, around Colson.
They're great at establishing the pivot foot and prying and finishing. This is more like it right now, isn't it?
You can feel the energy in the building starting to pick up. Farrell, who's just 4 away from his season and career high, at 20 versus Colorado.
The same match as earlier. ISO, wide open, missed him. Beecham.
Gibbs off the bounce. Beecham throws it in reverse on the baseline.
Beecham made that play. He was free initially, got out of the lane and then stepped back in. Terrific look as well.
Largest Villanova had trailed all season was 4 points. They trailed by 11 in the first half. Notre Dame has hung on to the lead. Hart, 3 to cut the lead back to 3.
How he got free was special. Used the post rub, got the story underneath, and the ability and confidence to stroke it.
Gibbs, the freshman from Scotts Plains, resets. Vistoria in the corner.
An angle.
Gibbs bumped. The foul is on DiVincenzo.
Terrific. Just a little gap there. The foot speed to get to the rim. How about this? Carter, you're doing all your homework. Watch these guys prevail. Reynolds at the rim. Farrell still stroking it big time. Happy to be back in this beautiful New Jersey area. Hart drilling them as well.
Saturday, CBS Sports brings you 3 matchups, beginning with Memphis and Oklahoma. Then it's a CBS Sports Classic featuring 4 of the best programs anywhere: Ohio State, UCLA, Kentucky, and North Carolina. Big one in the CBS Sports Classic. 25 titles.
How about that? Incredible. So that UCLA Kentucky game, what a month for CBS on Saturdays. It's just been great basketball, this one included.
Yeah, number 1 last week going down, and number 1 Villanova getting a big test from Notre Dame. The last loss before the 15 straight wins, Seton Hall, the Big East tournament.
How about that? What a finish for Seton. Of course, this is their home arena, Seton Hall. And Kevin Willard off a nice Hawaiian trip. Got them playing pretty good. 2 wins over there.
Villanova is 5-1 as the #1 team. All the last 2 seasons, amazingly, first time Villanova basketball ever ranked #1 last year. That one loss to Seton Hall, and then they bounced back to win the national title. Gibbs from Seton Hall Prep hits the first. Let's check with John.
Well, guys, Temple Gibbs, who just made that free throw, is no stranger to playing at the Prudential Center here in Newark. His older brothers, Sterling Gibbs when he was at Seton Hall and Ashton Gibbs when he was at Pittsburgh, played games here in the Big East. 3 brothers playing in the same arena. That's pretty special, Carter.
Yes, indeed it is. And you're very familiar with the whole Gibbs family, though.
It's amazing what they've been able to do. Great careers. And these kids are keepers. I love the way he guards. He's going to have to keep Brunson out of the lane. How about the night for Josh Hart? I mean, just in the afternoon, I should say. Look at him again. He's just a killer. This kid is a killer.
In the last 13 minutes played, he is 5 for 8 with 11 points.
And it's all different ways. Whether it's a 3 mid-game or that time, the ability to put it on the deck. And he's guarded well, too.
Farrell down the baseline, a kick out, Beecham spins out into the hands of Hart. Hart leading another Villanova comeback in the paint. 1-point game.
Just taking over. This is magnificent. What an effort. See this kid grow as a basketball player has been something special.
Timeout Notre Dame as Villanova has willed an 11-point lead down to 1 in Newark. CBS Sports College basketball coverage is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing. Coaches vs. Cancer. Come and play for us at coachesversuscancer.org. And by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Josh Hart has scored 12 of the last 14 Villanova points, so where do you think we're going to go with our AT&T Fast Analysis?
Now you're a producer, huh? Jonathan Siegel's got the right idea, though, whether it's on defense with the ability to deny the basketball and then get out and do some damage, but step out 3 here tells you his range and challenging and attacking with regularity. This kid has got a toughness in him that is incredible. And, you know, last year Kansas got ahead a couple of times late in the game, and Villanova kept coming back, saying these guys aren't going away. That's what it looks like right now. See if Notre Dame can match it now with a good thrust on the offensive end. Ooh.
Knocked away. Here's Hart on the run out. Hart jumps it off. Brunson caps on top.
And
the 9-0
he didn't charge, too, Carter. Gave it up at the right time.
First lead of the game for #1 Villanova.
Boy, they are showing some toughness right now. Farrell's got to do some things now, whether it's create off the dribble for himself or others. Mismatch, and they got Brunson trying. He was falling down. He actually held on to Colson to make sure he didn't. But it all starts with Villanova. It's overlooked, their defensive ability. Pascal, who plays center, folks, at times, plays power forward. And right here, the ability to give it up early to make sure, and Farrell with that foul situation with 3, make sure he doesn't get number 4.
Foul was on Brunson, his second. Well, Villanova, this is already the biggest comeback of the year for the Cats. Down 11 in the first half. They'll take the lead on Notre Dame.
Single-double, take your pick here.
Pop out Vistoria on the wing. Vistoria, top left, falling away, so back into the hands of Josh Hart. Career high 31, only 1 made basket in the game from Jenkins. Phil Booth still out, missing his 7th straight game with inflammation in his left knee, so Hart carrying the load.
And they slip the big fella inside. Jenkins.
Brunson bouncing off. Jenkins misses again. He's just 1 for 6.
Look who's there. Hart. They're going to give him the ball. Let's see. Hart had a piece. They're just saying it's off for him, I think.
We shall see. It's an official timeout with Hart leading the charge for Villanova. Coming up, it's the game that marches to its own beat. All guts, all grit, all glory. The Army-Navy game presented by USAA, beginning with Auto Trader. College football today. Carpe Vern.
God bless him, huh? What a great career. What a way to finish it off. One of his favorite games. Means so much to him as well as to our country. But we'll be seeing him along the road.
Absolutely. Everything else, including basketball and golf, but that football announcing career back to Austin High School. The Maroons, Vern Lundquist. Army-Navy, that's coming up on CBS.
And what do you got right now? Let's see. A spread. They've been using the post mid-range. There's one with Colson to curl off it. Farrell off the ball. Can be dangerous. Empty side now. This is one of their favorite plays.
Farrell in the paint around Brunson, can't finish. Who gets it? Hart. Attacking again. But from behind. Beecham pokes it away after Vistoria stopped it.
You got it. I think Vistoria got the foul. But he's just putting this team on his shoulder with reckless abandon, just attacking, getting an opportunity at the free throw line. Such an aggressive nature, and yet he's got the finesse to make outside shots. Of course, the bump on the floor, but still an opportunity for two.
So he's 4 for 4. The rest of the team 4 for 9. Hart knocks down the free throw. We check with John.
We got Josh Hart obviously emerging as a legitimate National Player of the Year candidate. The biggest difference in his game, he's about 10 to 12 pounds heavier. We've seen that a couple of times today as he's absorbing contact on the drives, Carter.
And John, he's a guy who declared for the draft, but didn't hire an agent, so eligible to return. And I know you...
A prudent move, I think, don't you?
Absolutely.
Look at his growth now. I always look at him and say he's a perfect San Antonio Spur. You know, in an
That's a high
ideal world,
compliment.
right? He just does a little of everything to help you win.
8-0 run by Villanova. Farrell into the post, Colson. Backing in, Colson floats it, and one! A chance for the three-point play for Bonzie Colson.
Nice little call by Mike Bray, a little ISO, and trying to stand them up a little bit. You just see the hands out extended. And that's one of those, maybe just give him the deuce, but you need a bucket on the other side. You know where to go, right here. Colson.
Notre Dame, the best free throw shooting team in the country at 86%.
He's 91, so that helps a little bit, huh? 6 straight double-doubles this kid's been on.
And Notre Dame is now 6 for 6 from the foul line in this game, even at 59.
It really is a short bench that Jay Wright's playing with, isn't it? 7. It's just rotating bodies. Brunson back in. A little 2-1-2 now.
Easily broken. Bridges pulls up and nails it to put Villanova back on top.
That's a gamble. It did not pay. Nice little pull-up. Bridges, one of those bright spots, too, getting better.
Farrell entry into Colson. Knocked out of bounds by Hart. Irish keep it.
A nice little dive by Colson. Good denial as well.
Reynolds is going to sub back in for Villanova. Brunson gets a quick break.
They are positionless teams, both of these clubs. Because Farrell runs the show, but right now they get nice pump and a chance. How about that? Just sidestep, but confidence. Being around gives you that ability to feel good and free.
6th made 3 of the game for Notre Dame. Irish by a point.
Remember throwing to Speedy Morris about Steve Vistoria a couple of years ago. Look at Hart go again.
Takes the bump, draws a foul on Devin, earns another trip to the line.
How about that? And why not? Speedy should be proud of the way he played, but once he gets a hold of it. Look at this pump, get the bite, the sidestep, a little nylon. Terrific performer. And quicker than he may look. And just continual, just willing to attack, go at Gavin, get a chance to get 2 freebies.
Tomorrow, a news-making interview with the Prime Minister of Israel, plus how effective can TV commercials be? See the one that helped end the war. 60 Minutes tomorrow, only CBS.
Well, you were seeing one of the great performances here. Josh Hart. Goodness. A little better match, but on the switch, Colson seems to get what he wants. There's that little dive they like to run. The switch with Reynolds.
Astoria again out top. 10 to shoot. Looking underneath. Gavin can't corral it. Out of bounds. Back to Villanova with a 1-point lead.
Pascal made that play too. He picked up Astoria, widened him out, forced him up in the air without anybody at home.
And here comes Brunson back into the game, the sophomore from Illinois. When you look at Brunson and Jenkins, and no wonder that Hart has had to carry the load.
Well, yeah, Brunson's the guy. If he can get going a little bit to create, it certainly is going to help others.
Only 10 combined in the game between Brunson and Jenkins. Now Brunson picks up his dribble. Jenkins, deep three. Bridges, up and away.
Goodness. How about the sprint and then the elevation? Pretty special.
Bridges with a phenomenal follow to put Nova up by 3.
Boy, make one little mistake. Don't check a guy out. You pay.
Farrell deep three.
Tough shot. Not a good one. Looking for the foul. A little bit of a settle.
Hart pulls the board. And the defending national champs with a 3-point edge after they trailed by 11 in the first half. Bridges splits the double.
Tough shot.
Luger pulls it.
He could have squared up. Be a little pop shot.
Farrell defended by Brunson. On to Astoria.
Thinks he can take.
Hart nearly got the steal. Astoria slipping off the look from Colson.
Well, that's the one thing when Colson has the ball, he really looks for others as well as his ability to bounce, create for himself, but the experience and dive. Astoria, beautiful cut.
And a 1-point game with just over 4 to go, just like we expected.
Great denial on the perimeter and the low box.
Jenkins draws the D and throws it away.
Not a good look.
Farrell brings it back.
They bottled him up on any ball screens they've tried to run. Usually good through Colson in the half court.
Farrell turns the corner, looking for Colson. Reach in, foul called on Jenkins.
Boy, he thought he had all ball.
Colson will head to the line with a chance to put undefeated Notre Dame back on top of #1 Villanova.
How about this? The activity. You pay, you don't check out. On the other end, how about the step and go? Finishing big time.
#1 Villanova and #23 Notre Dame in the inaugural Never Forget Tribute Classic.
Welcome once again to the Never Forget Tribute Classic presented by Geico in downtown Newark, New Jersey. See the game summary as Villanova has come all the way back behind a career-high 35 points from Josh Hart.
And the one thing about the defense, Mike Bray telling us he didn't want to give up 10 threes, only 4. But Hart has just been over the top. I mean, what can you say? Rebounding, assists, 35 points, just a solid performance. And Beecham has not been able to get going either. They have not been able to get him those open looks.
Off the inbound, back in the hands of Farrell. Only 4 points in the second half after 12 in the first for Farrell. Off the screen from Colson. Long two, boarded by Hart. Give him 9 rebounds as well. He had the triple-double versus St. Joe's.
Yep, he's right on it.
42 is the highest anybody scored in a college basketball game this year. He has 35, but he turns it over. Colson reaches in. Tie up. Possession arrow will give it to Notre Dame.
And what happened now, they don't have a point guard out there. So all of a sudden he's running the show and he's trying to get people organized. Takes a look and doesn't concentrate on protecting the basketball. And Colson ever alert with that swipe and turnover.
So Notre Dame at 9-0, the best start under Mike Bray. They get to 10-0, it would make knocking off #1 again.
Well, those automatic switches, you can sort of take advantage once in a while. A little slip by Colson.
Beecham for 3.
Ooh, he was right on it, too.
Hart has another rebound. That's 10 in the game, so a double-double for Hart.
He's going to have to do everything here. Run the show. Finish it as well.
Hart gives it up.
Nice pump.
If the shot fake, how about it? No, going to get Colson in the air and finish with the foul.
He may be one of the best in the country at getting people to bite. Shot fake, as Bobby Knight used to call it. The ability to attract attention. Just raise those eyebrows. You see the closeout by Pfluger, the ability to bounce and evade, and then the little kiss in downtown Newark by the big fella.
Just the second made bucket of the game for Chris Jenkins.
Well, maybe he needs a new point guard in Hart. Set the show for him.
A chance at the three-point play. Well, you said earlier, Villanova's not going anywhere. The way that this team has played the last 2 years, down 11, slow start, and here they are with 2:20 to go. First time they've led by 4.
Monster ticker. The defense has toughened up. Of course, Farrell's been subdued a little bit.
Farrell floats it from the baseline. Timeout Notre Dame after the made bucket.
How spry is he? The legs to bounce and elevate. Avoid the defender and knock it down. We got a good one, Carter. Sit tight.
2:30 Eastern, the road to the Final Four continues over on CBS Sports Network. Game 2 of the Never Forget Tribute Classic presented by Geico. It's Pitt versus Penn State on the 24-hour home of CBS Sports. This is all benefiting the Families of Freedom Scholarship Fund, established within 1 week of the attacks of September 11, 2001, providing education assistance, post-secondary study for financially needy dependents of the people killed or permanently disabled in the terrorist attacks. And it's been our pleasure to bring you Game 1 between the two undefeateds, Notre Dame and #1 Villanova. Hart in tight. Hart spins out into the hands of Beecham.
The story there just to nudge him enough. Little mismatch. Colson and Brunson. I'd bring it around to him.
Now Colson comes out to screen.
Well, now they'll switch back if they can. They still have it. He's liable to offensive rebound if he doesn't get what he wants. Tough shot.
Beecham floater over Hart. Grabbed by Jenkins with 1:20. Villanova the lead in the ball. Villanova's won 15 straight. Back to the Big East Championship loss to Seton Hall.
Jay's got Brunson back in. Run the show.
Hart back into the hands of Jenkins. Deep 3. Almost Haskell stick back. Loose ball. Out of bounds.
Farrell foul.
It is. Farrell commits the foul. So Villanova keeps it.
Is that number 4?
It is.
So a missed rebound, but a hustle play. This is what wins ball games. They just couldn't stop. Good effort. Just caught. Nice play by Brunson. Too heady.
So Brunson to the free throw line, 1 and 1.
85% free throw shooter. Seasoned veteran. Villanova only has those 4 fouls as well. They get the 1 and 1.
Spins in barely.
If you're Villanova now, you want to force Notre Dame to use some clock. And of course, conversely, Mike Gray, the quick hitters, it usually involves Colson.
Brunson gets them both.
And just going big again with defense.
There's only 8 undefeateds remaining in college basketball. Villanova and Notre Dame, 2 of the 8.
How about that? How good is that? What starts for those programs? Ball's
50 seconds away from one more name coming off that list.
Oh, they got to push.
Yes, on Jenkins.
Got to be careful to get a technical. That's the second foul. He didn't think he fouled, which is why he's so frustrated. But his hands got in there with Pfluger, and they were stuck right here. You can just see he did. Got the hands in.
But as you pointed out, Bill, only the 15th foul on Villanova.
They're in good shape.
So you saw Pfluger grimacing a little bit, but stays in the game for the inbound.
You want to keep Farrell outside if you can. And conversely, I think you've got to get Colson involved somehow. Here he comes, quick ball screen.
Colson takes the three.
No good.
Wide right, boarded by Villanova. With a shot clock turned off, Villanova takes it. Foul given with 27.5.
A little bit of a settle there, and a challenge on the shot as well. Boy, you never give up on these kids, do you? I mean, Villanova, the first half, Mike Bray's guys played great with a lot of confidence. His defense was stifling. And really, the second half, it was just hard putting this team on his shoulder and getting to the rim, getting to the free throw line, making a deep three. And their defense stepping up.
So Reynolds 1-1. Cats have made their last 10. Hits the front end to extend the lead to the largest of the day for Villanova at 5 points.
77% free throw shooter. It's pretty good at this time of the game. The big guy stepping up and knocking them.
12 straight made free throws down the stretch for Villanova. Notre Dame needs a quick one. Farrell step back. Wide right. Hart has the rebound. Foul given with 20 seconds.
How appropriate, right? For him, anything big, he goes after. This kid has just stepped his game up. Woo. Tribute to hard work and effort. Jay told us we're getting better. His shot at Booth to join it as well, and they could use him back as well. Complement the rotation. Unbelievable performance.
In addition to the 35 points, 11 rebounds in the game for Hart. So
he's got to work on his passing. It's killing him.
He is the only Villanova player in double-digit scoring today. You're right, only 6 away from the triple-double.
Nice play. Ooh, Roger Rhodes goes down.
We have an official and a player from both teams on the deck.
Jenkins took 2 rows out. Now, he told me he lost weight. Played that passing lane. This is a heartbreaker in a lot of ways for Notre Dame. They came and put it on the line out here. Mike had his guys prepared, showed their toughness. And this is one they're probably going to say when they get in the locker room, let's meet them in March. You know, and that would be quite an encounter, I'm sure.
The basketball went all the way down the sideline. Hart went to grab it. He's doing everything today.
Exactly. But I don't know if you noticed when Jenkins got excited, he went and grabbed him so he didn't get the tee.
Colson 3. Tap out. Villanova will dribble out its 16th straight win. And after a test from Notre Dame, the #1 ranked defending national champs win it 74-66 over Notre Dame.
Pretty special. 2 great programs and unbelievable effort just to get themselves clawing back in this one, Villanova, against a tough-minded, talented Notre Dame team. This is pretty special this time of year.
Josh Hart finishes with 37 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists in 37 minutes on the floor.
That kid left it all out there, Farrell, didn't he?
Hart had half of Villanova's points in the game.
Unbelievable.
So Notre Dame suffers its first loss of the season on 74-66. The Irish 9-1. The Bill Raftery Talk Show is next from Newark. Villanova wins game 1 here in Newark, 74-66. And I forgot about our fill-in host today on the Bill Raftery Talk Show, John Rothstein.
Josh, congratulations on a wonderful victory. What did you learn about your team that you didn't know prior to today?
Nothing new. Just kind of reiterated the fact that we're a tough team. This one was just our will to win. We got to give Notre Dame all the credit. They're a tough, scrappy team, very well balanced, but we just gutted that one out.
It was a real interesting first half. You were down early. What was the message between you and your teammates at halftime?
Play Villanova basketball, and we knew we had to do that for 40 minutes, and 20 minutes after halftime. And we felt, in the first half we didn't play 20 minutes of Villanova basketball, so we knew we had to rededicate ourselves to those habits and just go out and let everything else go, take care of itself, but just play hard.
Congratulations on a great win. Let's bring Coach in here right now. Congratulations, Josh. Coach, a real back and forth game with Notre Dame. How will this prepare you moving forward as you're a couple weeks away from conference play?
That was a great game, man. They're really good. Mike Bray's one of the best coaches in the country. They're so well prepared. They did a great job on us defensively in the first half. I think they're underrated defensively, and that's going to help us because they're good defensively. So we learned some things that they took away from us. We got a little better in the second half, but good win.
Undefeated since winning a national championship. I'm curious, now that you've dealt with both in your coaching career, what's harder to deal with, adversity or success?
Success, definitely. It's more challenging. It's more fun. I'd rather deal with the success. It's definitely more challenging.
Congratulations on a great win. Good luck against Temple.
Thanks, John.
You got it, Carter.
16 straight wins for Villanova. They're now 10-0 on the year. For Bill Raftery, John Rothstein, producer Jonathan Siegel, director Chris Vinson. This is Carter Blackburn saying so long from Newark. Our final score is 74-66 Villanova over Notre Dame. Coming up next, it's the Army-Navy game presented by USAA, and it all starts with Auto Trader College Football Today. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports, home of the 2017 Men's National Championship. On to Adam Zucker after this.